and angel fly within my life, beside me in all I do. Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly angel reading. This is Anna Grace Taylor, and I'm here with your guidance for December 4th through to the 10th. So let's see what they have to say for us this week. I'm going to be using my dear friend Radleigh Valentine's Angel Tarot cards. So here's the card first of all for Monday and Tuesday. Alright, so here we go. This is a great card. I'm loving it. Justice, Archangel Raguel, fair and just decisions. He is a beautiful angel. It says, do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. I don't know if you remember, but last week we talked a lot about expressing our truth, of sharing our gifts. And sometimes that means that we have to say or do things that, you know, are going to be really stepping out there, about really speaking up. Not everyone is going to agree with us, but it's really important that we stay in our integrity, stay in our truth, because the only thing that we can do anything about is our own peace. That said, Archangel Raguel is a beautiful mediator. I call him a mediator, a friend. His name means friend of God, and he will help with any kind of conflict resolution. And in fact, if you're going through a legal case or something where it needs to be resolved, you can call on Raguel to help you to deal with that decision, to deal with that outcome for the highest good. He is a pale blue sky color, like on a sunny day. So I always think of him as that, you know, warmth and strength, and yet, you know, gentle in that way. He's the peaceful warrior. So you can have your sword and you can have your fight and you can have your integrity, but you can do it in a harmonious way. And that is what he is reminding us of as we head into the beginning of the week, which is really good because we're in Mercury retrograde and we're often talking about, you know, communications perhaps being misunderstood or things being a little bit more challenging. But that doesn't mean that it has to be full of angst or conflict. It means that we can actually just be more aware of how we're expressing ourselves, how we're coming across, and if there is anything needing to be resolved for everyone's highest good, then Raguel is a beautiful angel to call upon for that. So whether you're going through that personally or whether there's perhaps a wider issue with a legal thing or a business thing, Raguel is your guy. Alright, so that's for Monday and Tuesday. And here we go with the middle of the week. I'm loving this card. 6 of Fire. Victory. Good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards. So, of course, sometimes when we speak our truth, when we speak up, it means that we are recognized for that. As I said, it can work both ways, because if you're really in your truth and your authenticity, you're going to attract people that are really in alignment with you, and that is great. So you don't need to focus on the people that don't get you. You just need to focus on your own truth, and this is saying we're being rewarded for that. So it could be promotion at work, it could be a kind word, it could be a holiday bonus, it could just be somebody letting you know how much they appreciate you. But this is very much saying that we are supported, that everything is turning out how we want it to, even if that may look slightly different, and that we're going to be rewarded for our efforts. So that is beautiful and definitely something to celebrate at the middle of the week. Okay, so this is a beautiful card to end that, and goes very much along the same lines of what we talked about last week, about sharing our gifts, about knowing that we have unique things to share. It says awakening, Archangel Gabriel, and I always think of awakening as really awakening to our truth, because it's not that we have to suddenly connect with a different part of us. It's more that we just remember who we really are as a divine being, and just all of us as this human experience, what we want to share, who we are, what we really believe in, how we want to move forward. And it's really interesting that we get this card again with Mercury retrograde. We talked a little bit about Mercury in last week's reading, but I didn't realise how close we were to a retrograde, and it just went retrograde a couple of days ago, which often means the planet Mercury can just mean that it's slowing things down because it's seemingly going backwards in the sky. It can mean communication, as I said, is more challenging, but it can also feel like things are a little bit more slow, things that as this card says, a temporary standstill. So if things aren't quite going ahead as you want them to, or things are being delayed, or things just aren't moving as quickly as you'd like, don't worry. This is saying all is working out. It's a temporary thing. And again, that same message, it's important to be yourself. So knowing, as we talked about in the middle of the week, that as you are yourself, things get better. They don't get worse, they get better. And I think there's a big fear of like, oh, but I'm really different and what people are going to think of me, and maybe this will change and maybe that will change. Maybe it will change, but it's going to be ultimately for the better because we can't be anyone but ourselves. So Archangel Gabriel will support you in that. They are very connected to the throat chakra, both Raguel and Gabriel. So if you are wanting to communicate again, like we said last week, please call on them and they will help you do so in a loving but authentic way. So, talking of speaking, I haven't been on Love and a Cup of Tea for a couple of weeks, and unfortunately, the interview that I did with my beautiful friend Kat Knott had to be deleted because of some technical issues, and it just kept playing for like 15 hours even though we'd gone off air, and so there was no way to really keep that live without it just continually running. So she'll be back on another time so that you can listen to her again because she's awesome. But this Wednesday I will be live with my friend Nicole Stevens. She's an awesome medium. She is able to connect with loved ones on the other side, and her story is very inspiring and really shows that the love of those in heaven really goes on, because she herself really has experienced that in her own life. So there'll be details on my Facebook page later. There'll also be details in my newsletter if you want to sign up for that. I'm just really looking forward to connecting with her and with you more. So have a beautiful week, everyone, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye bye.